Hi, I'd like to talk with you just a few minutes, if I could, about health reform. As you know, we're at that most critical part in health reform, just about 72 hours away from that major vote and that major action that has the opportunity to positively impact the quality of our life and our health for decades to come, for the rest of our lifetime. So I'd like to talk to you just a little bit about health reform from my perspective as a grandmother, as a breast cancer survivor, and as a participant in President Obama's Health Reform Summit of last year. And at that summit last year, I asked President Obama if he'd give us some marching orders before we left there. I asked that question then at that time, because I knew getting health reform would be a major struggle. And it has been a major struggle. And that was a surprise to none of us that were gathered there. We had approached health reform before over the years, but we've never been as close as we are right now. And to get over that finish line, it takes every one of us doing more and more. We have the energy, we have the reason, so let's do it. Please take time. I know you've been doing it already, because we would not be this close if it had not been for what everyone out there is doing to really get the health reform that families in our nation needs. So please, continue, and if you haven't, please start. Call your representative and your 2 senators and tell them to pass health reform and finish work on it now. Also, contact all of your networks. Use your email list, your phone list, your fax list, your neighbors, your friends, your colleagues, your church members. Talk to them. Ask them to contact their representative and their 2 senators. Same message. Pass health reform and finish it now. There's no reason not to finish it now. Don't let the negative ads out there bother you. We all knew those negative ads would come. When a bully has had control over something that's yours for far too long, and especially something that involves dollars, they're not really going to want to just let that go so quickly. So we're going to have to really fight to get that back. That's our health. It belongs to us. We should have never let them take as much control over it as they have. And the longer they keep it, the more difficult it will be to get it back. And we have to get it back now in this economy. So please, contact your representative and your 2 senators. Call them. Tell them to pass and finish work on health reform right now. You know they have the power. You gave them the power. You sent them to Washington to do it. Now you want them to exercise the will and get it done. Call them on 202-225-3121. Please also call President Obama on 202-456-1111 and tell him that you stand in support of him on health reform. President Obama cannot come to every state and every district to talk about the importance of health reform. We know the importance of health reform to us, and we've known it for a very long time. The key now is that we can do something about it. Health reform is ours to win or to give away, and we've got to win it. As a breast cancer survivor, I know personally we've got to win it. In the health reform bill, there's prevention and wellness services. There's expansion of coverage. Young people would be able to stay on their parents' health insurance plans until age 26. That gives them a chance to get on their feet. Also, elderly persons would be able to get their medications, not just go to the doctors, but be able to afford their medications, not having to break a pill in half or skip a medication. That's not good medicine, and America's better than that. It would prevent folks from being kicked off of their health insurance because of pre-existing conditions or not being picked up at all because of pre-existing conditions. And the uninsured persons would now have health insurance. Over 30 million of them. That's a good bill. Let's go for what we voted for. We voted for health care reform. And it takes us to get it. So please, contact your representative and your 2 senators. Tell them to pass and finish work on health reform now. Call President Obama and tell him that you stand in support of him on health reform. And please, let's pray for health reform, pray for our president, pray for our Congress, and pray for our nation. But also pray for those families who lost a loved one because of the broken healthcare system. And for those that have become disabled as a result of the brokenness of our healthcare system. Again, healthcare reform is ours to win. Should you want to email your member of Congress, go to house.gov or senate.gov. If you want just a little more information on health reform, you can go to healthreform.gov. Please, let's do it. Let's do it together. It's ours to win. Thank you.